And in an earlier application, Air Cell headed by Shivshankaran got the license. Having got the license, now Maran said sell it to Ananda Krishna of Malaysia, a son of a Sri Lankan plantation worker immigrant in Malaysia, who has done by all kinds of dealing, become a very rich man. He is also a person who laundered the money for LTT, all established banks. And Dayaling was enforced Shivshankaran by denying him this, denying him that, all documented now by the Shivraj Patil, Justice Shivraj Patil Committee, and made him sell it to that. So therefore I also raised that. Now Maran has lost his ministership. I expect in 2 weeks' time he will also be in Club Tihar. So how did Raja distribute the money? 3,000 crores only for himself of the 60,000. 5,000 crores to Chidambaram. Then Pranani got 16,000 crores. Should get more, he has 3 wives after all. So that makes it 5 plus 13 plus 16, almost 30. And the remaining 30 went to Sonia Gandhi. So ultimately the trail leads to her. So when I asked for sanction of the Prime Minister, which it is required under the Prevention of Corruption Act, he did not reply to me. So I sent him a reminder, sent him 5 letters with more and more material. Finally I knew that how can he give sanction when he has to take the sanction of Sonia Gandhi first in order to give me sanction. So I went to the Supreme Court. And under our Constitution, if the government fails to perform its statutory duty, then the Supreme Court can step in and perform that duty. Today they are complaining, oh, Supreme Court is interfering in the executive actions. No, you didn't perform your executive action. Then the court is empowered under the Constitution to intervene. But the court was quite angry that he didn't reply to my letters. And my letters were there before the judges. They saw how much substance there was. So they, for the first time in the history of the world, not only India, a Prime Minister was asked to file an affidavit as to why he did not reply to my letters. Yeah. When a court asks somebody to file an affidavit, it means that I don't trust your word. You better put it in writing and swear you're telling the truth. Otherwise, and if you fall the swear to falsehood, it's perjury. So Prime Minister being doubted by the Supreme Court. There was a clamor that he should resign. But I said, no, he should not resign. Why? Because who will come in his place? The selection will be done by Sonia Gandhi, who I consider as Vishkanya, Taraka. Who will she select? This Prime Minister is a boneless wonder, no doubt about that. But he has not personally taken any money. After him will come another boneless wonder, but he would have taken money also. No improvement. So I opposed his going. There was a lot of misunderstanding in people why I am protecting him. I am just telling you, we should look at the big picture. We have to get to the root of this corruption, and all those guilty have to be sent. Why am I so keen on this? Because number one, 2G is a lot of money. You can't have a single politician having 3,000, 5,000, 16,000, 30,000.
Crores.
Crores. What happens to this money? We are supposed to have not less than $500 billion in bank accounts abroad, and maybe even $1.5 trillion. People's estimates vary from half to 1.5. It's a huge amount of money. It's a nation's wealth has gone out. Some of it stays in India, and it plays havoc with your economic system. What do you do with black money? You can't build, you can't invest, you'll be caught by the income tax. So you spend it. Lavish weddings, air conditioner in every room, including the bathroom. Even the garage will have an air conditioner. Because poor cars cannot be hot. LCD TVs in every room. Most expensive carpets. Diamonds, gold. And all these items' prices have gone up very high. So what happens? That future investors say, why should we invest in Janata cloth? We will invest in this. This is where to make money. 5-star hotels are all full in India. Economic recession or no recession. Property market bubble grows. In Bombay, you cannot get a decent apartment for 25 lakhs. So, all these things then go beyond the reach of the middle class. It's only the middle class who pay taxes, by the way, in India, because the poor don't have enough money. And the rich have chartered accountants who will write that you don't have to pay any income tax at all. Do you know that Dhirubhai Ambani didn't pay 1 rupee income tax till 1995? Even now he pays a small amount only, because everything is taken care of by chartered accountants. So the middle class, the salaried class whose money is caught at the source, that they can't evade. And all this money is being squandered. You don't need income tax at all if this $40 billion had come to our treasury. So therefore, first and foremost is that you are making optimized choices, and all kinds of lumpen elements, crooked elements with cash, they come to the top because they get the contract. So merit goes down the, down the drain. Second is that investment priorities get distorted. And in this country, in India, we have a growth rate of 9% per year, but inflation is 16%. When I teach economics at Harvard, and I say that if the supply is increased, then the price will fall. But this is new economics India has started teaching. Supply is also increasing and the price is also increasing. Because this money also is used for hoarding. Food grains, sugar, oil, all these when before coming to market are intercepted in the name of forward trading. Then they're put in the go down, and then the market goes up, and they sell it. Our stock market is also rigged now, thanks to black money. Because we have a participatory note created by Mr. Chidambaram, which you can get abroad in Fidelity Investments or Morgan Stanley. Just go and put cash there. They'll give you a piece of paper with only the amount written. Nothing else will be written on it. And you bring it to India, and you invest in the stock market as if you got rupee, a legal currency with you. And immediately the stock market goes up, sell it, and with that money that you get in rupees from the stock market, you go to the Reserve Bank and say, I bought all this with this participating note, so kindly convert it all back to dollars immediately. And under the law created by Mr. Chidambaram, the Reserve Bank has to get it, direct the banks to convert it. Of course, there is a problem of capital gains tax. That also can be avoided. You go to Mauritius, create a $1 company, and if Mauritius company invests in your stock market, then 0 is the capital gains tax. We pay 25% as citizens, but Mauritius, 0. Poor little Mauritius. They are today the biggest provider of foreign investment to India, more than United States. They're providing 3 times as much foreign investment to India as the United States. What has Mauritius got? Except lovely beaches and gambling casinos. So how is it giving so much foreign investment? Because our money is going out. And how does it go out? Through Hawala agents. Who are these Hawala agents? Most of them are ISI agents. They work through Dubai. Or they are Dawood's people. And they know who is now having illegal bank accounts abroad. You become blackmailer. So therefore, we have a situation where your entire economy is being